Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the process of a recent painting that I've worked on that is a mixture of colored pencils and watercolors. This painting is about albatross love, and I made it specifically for the 4-Planet Ocean challenge that we are hosting under the supervision of the artist Emma Lopez every year. We do that usually between May and June, and we have between 4 and 6 prompts every year, and we work with a charity for ocean conservation or ocean awareness, everything ocean related. And I made this painting for the prompt Stories of the Coastline. So I was searching for a species of animals that would do something on the coastline, so to speak, and albatrosses usually meet on the coastline to mate and have a kid and raise the kid. So the story I'm about to tell you is a story that I read in a book called The Geniuses of the Oceans. It's in French, Les Génies des Mers, by the author François. I'm going to add this in the description box below. I haven't found it in English, but I'm sure you can find similar stories or similar books about ocean life elsewhere and in English. And so this is the story of Wisdom. Wisdom is an albatross female that is 70 years old, and for the last 50 years she has met her mate for life. And every year she's making a kid with him. She has successfully made and raised 30 other albatrosses. They meet once a year in November on the island of Midway. And the rest of the year, those two albatrosses from Laysan are just flying around the world, more specifically in the cold and very windy waters. Because albatrosses are meant to survive, or to thrive really, more than survive, in very windy conditions. Because they create a sort of loop between the ocean and the wind that enables them to not have to flap their wings at all and to just go up and down, up and down. And this is actually very good for them. It really helps them regain enough energy to then fish and eat and come back to mate another time in November and raise a kid. They are literal giants. They are very, very big. Their wingspan can go over 3 meters 70, which is basically 2 humans on top of each other. If you have a hard time imagining it, try online searching a picture of an albatross next to a human. Then you can kind of grasp the size, but still you're probably going to find pictures of the albatrosses at rest, so without their wings spread, but they are really big. When you see albatrosses, you really see the heritage of dinosaurs that they have behind them. Since the albatross doesn't have to flap his wings to fly, when he eats, he actually transforms all the energy into a sort of fuel that he stocks somewhere into his stomach. So that is quite unique. It's like he has his own kind of tiny fuel powering miracle of body that makes it possible for him or her to be able to fly for months without taking much rest and to regain a lot of energy to again find his mate and have a kid. Now for this specific artwork today, I use colored pencils as a drawing base because I really enjoy using colored pencils. I've been very much liking colored pencils over graphite. It's been making me drawing so much more, and that's kind of thanks to realizing many of my colored pencils were not light fast. So I just had them lying around and I started drawing with them, but I could not go back now to graphite because I find drawing with colored pencils is just so much more enjoyable. And so for this painting, I wanted to try and work more on that combination between colored pencils and watercolors. It's nothing extremely fancy or new. A lot of artists artists work like that. And I've done it before in the krill painting, but for this painting, I wanted to use just that. So I didn't use any kind of ink for the drawing or for any kind of details. I used the watercolor very minimally. I basically just did one wash for the rocks, and all the rest, the shadows, the lines, the details and textures, I came back to colored pencils. I really love the process. If you're interested in mixed media art, or trying at least to go in that direction, I feel like mixed media is the art technique of the 21st century. I don't know any artists who doesn't mix some kind of techniques, even minimally. And watercolors and colored pencils are pretty affordable, or not affordable, but they are accessible, very accessible. It's an easy way in, if that makes sense. The way to do it is pretty easy. You just start drawing, then you add watercolor, and then you can draw over the watercolor. But you can go back and forth between the two. So it's very easy to layer. There's not much rules to follow or anything like that. So I think it's kind of the perfect way to start a mixed media journey, and I can only encourage it because it's a lot of fun. It's easier, or it's more enjoyable if you have some drawing skills. But even if you do abstract art, or if you cannot draw and you just doodle, it's just very satisfying to scratch some colored pencils onto paper and then add colors and then bump those lines up again and maybe add colors after that with watercolor if you feel like it's lacking or not. Me personally, in this painting, I was the first surprise, but I played a bit with granulation. I played with my signature gradients, and that's pretty much it for the watercolor. It was very minimal. In a way, those two albatrosses were the most extensive in terms of use of watercolors. They are the only ones that I really layered watercolors on top, but at the same time I kept everything very graphic because I wanted to try something slightly different with this painting. I had a lot of fun making this one, and I hope you enjoy seeing me doing it and you find it insightful somehow, or interesting or inspiring. So yes, that's all I had to say for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you watched until now, please leave a bird emoji. It really helps with engagement, but honestly, it's been super motivating for me to see these and to see your engagement. You have no idea how much it helps me to make more videos, to see your comment, and I also really enjoy interacting with all of you. So don't hesitate to write something in the comments. I reply to all of them right now because I can. It's a very solitary job that I have. And of course I have friends, but still having this YouTube channel and those interaction with you guys, it gives sense and meaning and purpose to my artwork. So thank you so much for that. I wish you a lovely day, week, weekend, or evening whenever you are watching this, and I really hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!